Have you ever been in a job interview and you just feel like you're listing off your skills, kind of hoping something, anything sticks? Well, today we're going to change all that. We are cracking the code on behavioral interviews so you can start telling stories that don't just show what you've done, but prove you are the absolute perfect fit for that company. Let's get right into it. Oh boy, this question. We've all been there, right? It's a classic for a reason. And here's the secret. It's not really about the conflict itself. It's a test of how you think, how you handle pressure, and, most importantly, if you're going to be a good fit for the team. So what's the magic formula for the perfect answer? This is the exact spot where so many awesome, talented people trip up. You've got the experience, you know for a fact you can do the job, but if you don't package it in a way that speaks directly to what that interviewer needs to hear, it's like it just disappears into thin air. Let's fix that. Okay, so what's the trick to making your stories really land? It's all about understanding what's going on behind the scenes, what the interviewer is actually listening for under the surface of their questions. It's like there's a secret code, and we're about to decode it. Look, it's not just a checklist of your skills. It's so much more than that. They're sitting there thinking, okay, sure, they can do the job, but are they going to make our team better? Are they actually going to thrive here? The answer to that question is the real prize. And it all boils down to these two little words: cultural fit. Now, I know, it sounds like a buzzword, but I promise you, it is the key that unlocks the door to your next job. See, companies know that people who fit their culture aren't just happier, they're more productive, they stay longer, they make the whole place better. So how do you prove you're the one? It starts with understanding the company's DNA. Every single company has its own personality, right? A set of guiding principles for everything they do. That's their DNA, and it's all spelled out in their core values. Let's dive a little deeper here. Think of it like a blueprint, not for a building, but for a company's entire culture. These core values guide everything from how they build their products to, you guessed it, who they decide to hire. They are the foundation for every single decision. So what does that actually mean for you, sitting in that interview chair? Well, simply put, core values are the promises a company makes. They're the rules of the game. And if you want to play and you want to win, you absolutely have to know those rules. Just take a look at these. You'll see some common ones, right? Teamwork, integrity, innovation. We see those a lot. But every company has its own secret sauce, its own unique blend that really defines who they are. Your job is to figure out what that specific blend is. All right, let's have a little fun with this. Pop quiz time. I'm going to show you a few core values, and I want you to guess the company. Ready? Here we go. Focus on the user and all else will follow. You can be serious without a suit, and great just isn't good enough. Any ideas? You got it? It's Google. And this is such a perfect example. It shows you exactly how a company's values are a direct reflection of who they want to hire. If you want to work at Google, it's not enough to be brilliant. You have to be totally obsessed with the user and always pushing to make things better. Okay, so you've done your homework, you've decoded the company's values, you know what they're looking for. Now, how do you use that to your advantage? Well, it's time to open up your storytelling toolkit. First things first. Before you can tell a great story, you have to know what stories you've got in your arsenal. That's where your SAGA profile comes in. It's a super simple way to take inventory of your skills, your unique attributes, your career goals, and your biggest accomplishments. Think of it like your personal highlight reel, all queued up and ready to go. So now you've got your stories, but you need a framework to tell them in a way that's powerful and, doesn't ramble on forever. Say hello to the STAR method. It's a simple 4-step structure that turns any anecdote into a killer story. You just set up the situation, explain the task you had, describe the specific action you took, and then, crucially, share the measurable result. All right, this is it. This is where the magic really happens. We're going to combine those company core values you found with your personal stories from your Saga profile, and we're going to use the STAR method to put it all together. Get ready to craft some answers that are going to blow them away. If you only remember one thing from all of this, please let it be this: show, don't just tell. I mean, anybody can say, oh yeah, I'm a great team player. But the candidate who can prove it with a real story, that's the one who gets the job offer. So here's exactly how you do it. You pick a story from your Saga profile, You tell it using the STAR method. And then, this is the secret weapon, at the very end, in the result part of your story, you explicitly connect what you did to one of the company's core values. It's so simple, but it is so, so powerful. Let's actually look at an example. Imagine a candidate's been asked about a difficult team member. Instead of just ending the story there, they wrap it up like this. See that? See how they connect the dots for the interview at the end? So what do you think? Looking at that answer, which core values did that story just prove? I bet you can spot them. Boom! Teamwork and problem solving. That's it exactly. The candidate showed the values with their story, and then they sealed the deal by telling the interviewer the exact values they demonstrated. It's the 1-2 punch that really works. Okay, time to put it all together. Final challenge for you. Can you fill in the blanks in this sentence? This is the master plan. The whole strategy in one line. Let's see if you've got it. And there it is, that sentence right there. That is everything you need to know to absolutely nail your next behavioral interview. Burn this into your brain, practice it, and you are going to be so ready to land that dream job. So now you have the tools. You've got the secret code, you've got your inventory of stories, and you have a game plan. An interview doesn't have to be an interrogation. It can be a conversation. So my final question for you is, what story are you going to tell?